Hello, hello. Welcome everyone to another episode of Spooked Coast to Coast.
Hi guys.
Joy,
Happy. Hope you guys had a good fourth.
Yes, happy Sunday, everybody.
happy 4th of July weekend. I
Mm-hmm.
hope you guys had a blast. I hope you have all 10
Not
of your
literally.
digits.
No, literally.
Wait,
We're gonna need one of these.
mini hands.
bad
Do we
boys.
have? Okay, we're good. We're good with the mini hands. But we have, as always, Joy, and we
Hi, guys.
have Jen and Mondo, 305 Paranormal. Before we begin our episode today, I just wanted to, first of all, I wanted to shout out two of our fans that are celebrating a birthday this weekend. So out there, happy birthday to Olive and Emma. I hope you guys had an amazing birthday weekend, guys. Well,
Thought he said
sorry,
put that on. I thought he said he put that on mute. Didn't hear him say that.
I put my ringer, not the volume. Sorry about that. But yeah, happy birthday to Olive and Emma out there.
Also,
Much
Eric
love.
had a B-day on, I think, Friday too. So
Eric
happy
as
birthday,
well.
Eric, from More Party Paranormal.
Yes, happy
Yes.
birthday.
And now that I see Wit, hey Wit,
Whitner.
Hi, Wit. Hi,
so
Team
that actually brings me
Angels.
up to my next point.
Jesse,
Last week's
Winestone,
episode
Crossline.
with Wit was actually our 26th episode that we've done so far. So that's halfway through the year. So the year's 52 weeks. We have
Math.
math is mathing, guys, even on a Sunday. I just wanted to appreciate all you guys, man. Honestly, all you guys
Mhm.
have shown up for us and for our
Yeah.
guests.
Yes.
We've noticed. Thank you. We've noticed not only the views going higher in each of the videos that we have done, but we've also noticed a lot more interactions in the live chat. We've noticed a lot more thumbs up. So we definitely appreciate you guys.
Trying to catch up here.
Your favorite episode yet? That honestly was
that was such a great episode.
One of our favorite ones that we've done. We've gotten a lot of interaction from you guys saying that you guys loved it. That's Wit, and she's in our chat now. So just don't be afraid to show her some love.
Yes.
And we're moving on to the second half of the year, and we have a returning guest.
Yes.
Yeah.
So we have Isaac. He's looking at me. He's looking at me in the backstage.
Are you gonna pronounce it right?
Isaac.
To bring
So
Isaac
from
on the show.
Hidden in the Shadows Paranormal and podcast. If you remember him last time, he helps clear entities out of locations and places, residentials, and we had him last time with Mike and Christy from the Unknown Paranormal, they are in Canada. I'm trying to get them on with another good friend of mine, another Mike, Paranormal Road Trippers. So
Paranormal Road Trippers.
look for that in the future. And yes, so let's bring back on Isaac, because last time when we talked, it was so much of a conversation that I was like, we need a part two, because it's too much.
Yes. Sorry, my daughter's calling me.
Welcome. How are you doing?
Yo.
Yes.
Hey, welcome back.
Welcome back. The people they wanted to see you back on.
Yes.
Oh my God. Listen, I'm gonna try to skim through all these because
the chat is
There was a
rowdy
lot,
tonight,
yeah.
guys.
it was just too many. All right. Last time when we left off, there was a couple of things that I had made notes of that we didn't get to touch up on.
Mm-hmm.
So that was like the dog man, the hand gestures, and Shadow Man. We didn't get to touch about Shadow Man. I wrote them all down. Shadow Man, and I wanted to see if there was any other crazy experiences or stuff that's happened like since last time that we spoke, either with Unknown Paranormal or yourself, you and your wife. And then his wife was also supposed to be on, but she cannot be here for family reasons. So one man show right now.
He's holding it down.
Holding it down.
Well, I've always been the one to do most interviews since I'm the most outgoing of us two, and I always have the gift of gab, so I'm always out there doing interviews for us and stuff like that. But something confused me. You said hand gestures? What do you mean hand gestures?
You mentioned something like you told me to ask you about the hand. I guess maybe the hand movements or whatever. Maybe what you do with the. We're like.
Were you like taking them in? Like yeah.
You remember?
Oh. I was like, wait,
I remember.
Yeah.
Your superpower ring. You know how you suck them in.
Oh,
I think
maybe there was something that you do.
Yeah, you were like
you told me to ask you about it. Yeah.
Oh no.
I don't know if there's something. I'm sorry. I don't necessarily I do anything with hand gestures, but granted, when my hand is extended like this, normal.
Yeah.
When I grip, that's when it activates and I pull something in.
Yeah, that one.
And I put it in the ring. Now I know the last time we talked about like the ring, but as of update since the last time we talked, I think that my capture count of demons is up to 124.
Holy shit! Wow.
Yeah.
What?
I had a few 38 home cases now, so I had a few more since the last time we talked. I think about 6 more since the last time we talked, and I got a few more coming. Mind force clearings, I've lost count of how many clearing out mind force, stuff like that.
So how many do you think it would hold? Like how many entities or spirits or what have you?
No. Endless? I remember I had this conversation with someone. I can't remember. It was another podcast or something. But that question has been asked to me a lot. Like, do you think the ring would ever get full? Like, no. It's you got to think of it like a world, right? And even with 124 people on our planet, that barely fill up a city. But this place, this dimension, world, whatever you want to call it, where I send everything, is endless. And it's endless in the sense that it doesn't ever seem to get full. And the only ones that I ever keep forefront for other to see when it goes into the ring are the high-ranking demons that I've taken out. Those I have chained to trees in a line, like almost like a pathway. So when something comes into the ring, boom, it's right there, and they see the other high-ranking entities around them.
Nice.
So, all right, explain that. I haven't heard that. So, like, what tree? Like, tell me more about that.
No. Just I in the ring, I've noticed that I have full control of everything. The elements, the earth, the way it looks. I can change anything I want. It's like 100% full control. And then I basically pulled the tree out from the earth, made it grow. But granted, these trees are like they all look the same. They're black, they're ashen, destroyed, dead, essentially. And a high-ranking demon, I think the first one I ever took down, slammed to the tree and wrapped chains around it, kind of putting it in one place. And I just kept doing that. I think I'm up to 20 now, 20 high-ranking demons. So 10 on each side, all lined up, one after the other, kind of like a hallway of. If you're looking it down, it's almost like a perfect line of high-ranking demons that you walk down this pathway and see to your right and to your left. Some of the biggest names that you've ever heard of, chained to trees, missing pieces of themselves, and just there on display. So basically, when I throw something into the ring, boom, it sees something that it would call master, chained to a tree, missing parts of itself.
Okay, this might sound like a stupid question, but does it feel like heavy?
The ring, though, it does cause some discomfort if I wear it too long.
Discomfort?
Yeah. Almost like when you gotta pop your finger, but you can't. That sensation, like it's
okay, like a cramp, almost like a finger cramp, right? Almost like a. No,
it's kind of the sensation. But it's if I wear it too long, that's what happens. So I have to essentially carry it in my pocket.
That's well.
I think.
Do you think these demons interact in there? No. They're
having a party.
Like when you go in there, they're all angry at each other. They don't cooperate. Some are scared to even get near the entrance point where I go in and out of. One more thing I did for intimidation reasons is right when you go in, my point of view, I see straight. But if you were flipped around, the high-ranking demon chain of trees were behind you. but on the ground in front of you, carved in a big old marble slab, is "Abandon all hope, ye who enter here." If you don't know where that saying's from, that's the inscription supposedly above the gates of hell.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So another intimidation factor that I put in there. So they really know when I send something in there, that's it. That's the end. There's no getting out. There's no leaving. There's no doing anything else. You are powerless. It's over.
So when you said you go in and out, like, is it something you have to meditate, or like, what do you, how do you do it?
Simple as that. And then come back out. But for anyone who's watching right now who's never seen it, or know what I'm talking about, it's a King Solomon replica ring. Nothing fancy, just steel and silver. And this is it.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. Now, some people who have looked at it, stared at it, or even like that, have got an immense amount of feelings of discomfort, intimidation. Some people have their backs seize up on them and stuff like that. I know psychic and mediums have a hard time looking at it because they start hearing screaming and yelling from it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy. That's cool, but it's crazy.
Yeah. But I think when I mentioned about the dog man, I think there's a dog man in there. I think. I'm not 100% sure. I say that.
Tell me. Go ahead.
The what?
No, go ahead.
No, I say that because I think I have one. I'm not 100% sure, but I saw something in there one time that looked like a werewolf, like a giant black, like lichen werewolf kind of thing, but more of a man and less of a wolf, I guess. So like more of a dog kind of man, essentially. Mm-hmm. And it was biting on one of the chains of one of the high-ranking demons, to which I severed its arm and took one of its eyes, so it couldn't do anything anymore. But that's the only dog man I think I have. I'm 100% sure.
So haunting angels. I was gonna ask this, but she put it in the chat also. Like, so where do you think you caught that entity at? Do you remember?
I think it was a second to a high ranker. Because when I go to locations, I do home cases and stuff like that. They always come in threes.
Oh, okay.
Right. There's always one in charge, and there's two, secondaries. And I think this was a secondary to one of the high rankers. When I pull the entire place, I pull this, I pull that, I pull this, I pull that, and when I get three, like, okay, I got the three main ones.
James is being a clown.
But I think that's where I got him, because I pulled stuff and I put it in the ring. All of a sudden, I got a notification. My spirit guides were basically telling me, hey, check out the ring, something's going on. So I go in there, I see that dog man like gnawing on the chains, trying to release one of these higher rankers, and basically that's why I stopped him from doing it.
So how long do you stay in there? Like once you're in, how long do you stay? Is there to save time, or is it?
It doesn't take me long, maybe a couple of minutes at time. Sometimes if I stay a little longer, it's because I'm changing things or building things in there to change around. Like I've had to make special places in the ring for other entities that I have taken.
I'm trying to picture, like, when you're in there, what does it look like? Can you describe, like, what do you?
Oh yeah.
Like, you can see like the Matrix, like kind of movies that are like they take you to another world and they're like it's surrounded by this like Matrixy type world.
If you could imagine a forest after a nuclear blast. All the trees are burnt and black and ash covered. The sky is overcast. The ground is covered with ash and dirt. There's no greenery. There's no foliage. There's no green. It's all black and ash and gray everywhere.
Just gray. Oh, wow.
Yeah. And everything in there is shadow figure wise until you bring it closer. And then you have more details of what it looks like.
Wow. That's crazy. I want to go.
He wants to go in your ring. Can you sit in your ring?
I just want to peek. Okay.
Only so far, most people I've met, only 3 people are capable of entering the ring safely and leaving at the same time.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
No, my ass will probably get sucked up by a demon somewhere and be lost forever.
She's gonna be stuck in there.
Yeah. I'll be like, help.
Yeah, because I kind of
Hey,
put a curse or put a fail safe or security inside the ring. I think I said something of no one that isn't my spiritual blood or physical blood was allowed in here without being permanently imprisoned. So I think I did that so in case anybody tries to remove you in and try to release some of these things, if it's even possible, they wouldn't be able to leave.
So do you have to like say like a chant or something before you take them? No, you just.
That's the thing about me.
And then it sucks them in.
That's the thing about me is trying to figure out exactly who or what I am is it's been one of the longest things I've been trying to figure out the last 4 years now. And the closest I come up with is a possible shaman, but a shaman who was made to do this versus a shaman who was born to do this rather than learn how to do it. And
James wants to know if you can stick Yvette and Mela in there.
James is not nice
because they have a feud, so he just wants to get them out of the way.
Maybe after the
They volunteer.
It's not fun, I can tell you that. It's not fun at all. But yeah, essentially like a shaman, essentially.
So it's like a world of hell, right? Like, in other words, because people that say they died and came back and they've been to hell. I was talking to this on one of my episodes. We were at the Kellogg house, and he said that he's telling us a story. He's psychic, that he actually died and seen some parts of hell. And he was telling me, and I was like, holy shit. Like, I didn't record that part where he was talking about it, but it was crazy the way he was explaining it.
Who was that?
You're on fire. Oh, what's his name? His name is John. He's on my Kellogg episode with Corey.
Oh, okay.
Our first episode, yeah. But I didn't record him talking about it, but we did other investigations, and he was telling me off camera how it was, and it was wild.
I think somebody had asked this last time. I don't know, or maybe not. Do you know?
Yeah.
It says, have you ever come across someone else who has your same ability? I think you were looking, but I think maybe you said you might have found somebody.
Like I said, it's only 3 of us out there in the world. Now, granted, I'm alone in what I am because my ability is physical. I have to use my physical body in order to pull things. I have to feel it with my hand. I have to feel the energy moving and stuff like that for me to grab it, to pull it, do anything with it. Megan, my wife, she remote views and astral projects and goes wherever she wants. And if there's something in a certain location, she does what we've always called body bagging. But essentially puts a bag of energy around the entity, throws it towards a portal, and it lands inside the ring. So essentially she's transferring stuff into the ring at all times. Well, she can do that. And she's taken out some big names. But the other person that I found recently, as of like 6 months ago, her name is Julie. And she, like Megan, remote views and does everything on the astral plane. That's how she captures stuff. And she's sent a lot of shit to the ring and taken down a lot of stuff as well. But like I said, she does things remotely. And she's also been the only other person besides myself, Megan, to enter the ring and to have absolute power within it without worrying of being attacked or anything like that. Like, nothing attacks her. And she only ever goes in there to basically drop off whoever she took and leaves.
Wow.
Yeah.
Crazy.
So 3 people, but no one exactly like me. No one who has it work physically. Everyone I've met has to do everything psychic on the astral plane, on the other level. I have to do it here.
And then briefly, can you remind people like how you became a shaman?
Born it.
Huh? You were born? Like, when did you discover like you were a shaman? Like, what were your leading up to it?
September of 2020, my abilities, yet to be 100% defined, came to me. Before then, I had nothing. I was not a psychic, not a medium, not anything. And in that September 2020 is when these abilities awoken. And from that day forward, I practiced, I meditated, I got in touch with my spirit guides, I learned to look through my third eye, I became more spiritually sound and educated and able to understand what exactly I'm doing and stuff like that. With that, I was able to see that it wasn't essentially a vacuum, it was strings of energy that leave my fingertips, and those strings extend out, wrap around the entity like a boa constrictor and pull it as it's reeling it in, also condensing the energy down to about the size of a ball in my hand. And that energy, that's what I send to the ring with a simple command of into the ring. And as it goes, it goes. It leaves my hand, it goes in there. Before that, I had to actually filter it, which started taking a toll on me physically instead of aging the right side of my face because I pulled it the right side. But luckily, I had a member in the team who had the vision of the King Solomon symbol, and which gave me the idea for the King Solomon ring, which, learning about King Solomon, he was only a person throughout history that actually is doing what I'm doing now, except King Solomon had to use somatic magic in order to imprison the demons into his ring, and I'm just doing it as I'm naturally doing it. Like I said, I was born to do it.
Born to do it, yeah.
Yeah, and I also not just pull energy from our ethereal space and stuff around us, but I can enter people's mind forests, the subconscious part of the minds where all their darkness, negativity dwell, and pull that negative energy out. And after I do that, their main spirit guide comes forward. Not their only one, but their main spirit guide comes forward to protect that place from future transgressors. And I've done a lot more of those than I've actually done home cases, because it's easy to feel around, pull, look what it is, and everybody's mind force is different, from the foliage, from the type of trees, from the time of day, everything. And especially what's dark in there. Your negativity, your trauma, your negative emotions takes shape in different stuff. Everyone has a different perspective. Of course, everybody thinks differently, so it always is going to look different.
I'm going to have to reach out to you, and you're going to have to do one for everybody in my family, because they're all little.
It doesn't.
Wait, so let me tell you. Isaac had jumped on 𝗬𝗏𝗪𝗚's live when they went to was it the Bleckley? Was it the Bleckley?
No, that at that point wasn't it Midfield?
No. Yeah, I don't know if you've seen her comment.
It was the Bleckley.
Yeah.
So, and then, so not only did the person that they went with, Marie, when she first went in there, she was like ringing her bell all over the place and asking only for like positive spirits to come in and like nothing negative. And then you have went on the live, so that's why Mother had wrote this. When you have went on a live, I don't know. I remember a little bit of this because I was on my parents' house when this happened. Can you read the comment? Like you can see it, right?
Oh yeah. Can you please answer do you go on a live and having a great communication? And you said it's gone and the communication stopped.
I think it was dead.
Well, anytime it's a warning to said investigators that are friends with our page and we were following each other. If you go live, I'm not saying I do it for everyone, but if I'm available, I will go onto your live and check for any dark entities that are there. And I will pull every dark entity that is there within what is view of you're allowing me to see. Because again, another addition to my ability is I can reach through the phone as we're talking now in real space, pull whatever's in your location into my location and take it.
And activated our location.
Well, I would, it's not, we find this. And most times when we go to locations, I find it that when we take the dark stuff away, all the light spirits are able to come forward and communicate more. Sometimes we get more communication with light spirits because the darker ones were keeping in place. So if he got no communication after I took everything, that means nothing of light was really there to begin with. And it was all he was dealing with was dark stuff that was trying to either manipulate, confuse, or try to mess with whoever they were talking to.
So when you do that, if somebody wanted their dark stuff there, are you able to bring it back?
I don't care if they want it or not.
You just do it?
I just do it.
Okay.
Especially if you want something there, you have problems if you want dark energy there.
You'd be surprised. Some people like that shit.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah.
But no, I do not give these entities quarter. I take them regardless.
Okay.
James says, don't mess up his investigation. You know what, James? Yeah. I hope it goes on your live.
He's like, don't go on my live.
Go on his lives purposely. No, but it's funny because like Marie did that, and then you came in and unknowingly to them, they said it was like a quiet night for them. So I found that pretty interesting from the jump. So, and she only called in positive spirits, let's say, like light spirits. And I'm like, at a jail, you're not gonna have any of that crap. So
it'd be rare to find actual light spirit who was in prison, who died in prison, a good person, and who chose to stay there, chose to stay in prison, right?
Yeah. Can you put bad spirits in a place if asked? Like who asked?
No. I wouldn't do it if someone asked to begin with. You asked me to move a dark entity from one location to the other for evidence? No, fuck that. That's a clout chaser right there. That's someone wanting to get fame from using spirits. No, I don't do that shit. No, I don't do that at all.
Oh man. So, okay, so the dog man, is that the only dog man experience you had? Well,
I don't know if I had in person.
Yeah, we'll just say maybe. But like you being where you live at, your area, I mean, I might be known for like dogman stuff. I know it's woodsy. Even north of you though, like in North Carolina, you have Kentucky around that whole Appalachian Trail or whatever. What do we call that? What is it called?
Appalachian Mountains.
Appalachian Mountains, yes. Like, so have you experienced anything either way though?
Well, I'm on the other side of the state, so I'm on the East Coast. I'm next to the ocean. Yeah, well, I haven't traveled that far, but no. You know what's weird is that all the time we've spent in the woods, because 90% of our investigations have been in the woods, I've never encountered anything of like Bigfoot or Dogman or alien or any aliens. That's a whole other fucking conversation. I never encountered like animals ever. It's like they're not around, squirrels and stuff, raccoons maybe. But no bears, no other elegant animals. They avoid us, or they're not around where we are. But interesting, our last investigation we did at Patsy's Pond, a location we've been to several times, we actually caught some evidence for the first time, physical evidence. I know we posted on our page. I don't know if you guys saw it or not. But
the growl?
Well, not just that, but Megan left a camera hanging in a tree on the trail area where we came. The trail spot we left it was essentially it's a split, it's a T. So you're coming straight, you go right or left. That's it. So she put the tree up like right in front of that trail spot just in case someone was using it, or we may catch something. And she was listening to her intuition about it, saying, "No, I got to do this." I was worried about someone stealing it, but she was like, "No, we find it." So we hang it up in the tree, and we go maybe, I don't know, 100 yards down the trail from where that was. And we took the right, and then we went down to the big old giant pond area where I had to close the big old portal. And after I closed it, we made our way back. And that time we were away from the camera, to and fro, was about 20 minutes. And one of the second things it caught, because she set it on motion capture mode, was something running by the camera.
Ooh,
no, I didn't see that. I saw the growl video, but I hadn't seen that yet.
Oh, is that on your Instagram post?
Yeah, it's on the Instagram post.
Yeah, I looked, but then it's been hectic today. I didn't really get a chance to really focus.
I posted on our TikTok as well, but you see a head run by, and we thought it was an actual person. It's like, holy crap, someone was out there with us. This is like 10 o'clock at night. There shouldn't be anyone out there. It's just us. There were no cars parked out there where we were. There was nobody. We walked all the way in and walked to a strong point, and there's no one there. And plus, the path that we walked and the direction that this entity ran, they would have had to pass us.
It was an animal?
No, it was a person. We see like their head, because we slowed it down, and we saw literally like the haircut, like the hair, like it was almost like a bowl haircut almost, and it was probably, we thought it was a kid.
And it's your latest post, right? The one.
Yeah, like it looked. Yeah, there you go. Okay. It looked like a kid. Like we thought it was.
No, I was gonna say like when you go out there, especially like at night, like you find like other people out there? Not really, right?
Once ever we ran into somebody, but majority of the time, no.
Yeah, no, it doesn't look like it. Does it look crazy?
You see something going?
Yeah.
What was your impression of that, Isaac?
Oh, yeah. What did Megan think it was? How about that? Like, what insight did she get?
She like, because we came back from the investigation and she went through the footage, and she like literally ran into my room like, you gotta see this. And she's like what? I look at it like I see a thing run by. Like, holy crap! Like, is that a person? She said, no, look. And she slowed it down. And you literally can see through the person, like it's a ghost.
Right.
But it's clear.
I just watched it again. That shit was crazy. You could really.
Yeah.
Shit, you guys got to see it. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You literally see like hair.
Yeah.
Did you slow it down
Is
in
it
the
really
video?
fast? Like really fast? You know
It
how
goes
say
by really
spirit
fast.
moves
Oh,
like really quick.
Okay, so
Well,
you
it's not
slowed
like
it
a
down,
blur.
right? Towards the end?
Let me see. I'm gonna look at it right now.
Isaac, you slowed it down towards the end?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So you could really tell at the end.
It is a regular speed, and then like right after regular speed, a little slowed down.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
You see a fucking full bolt of hair.
Yeah.
Now, question to you. Now, after viewing that,
Everybody go check it out.
would you consider the child to be of native descent?
No, we know exactly what, because Megan looked up pictures of indigenous people in the areas around here, like from like early 1800s and stuff like that, or earlier. Yeah, they looked like that. They had that same hair.
Got it.
So we thought, oh crap, that might have been capturing an indigenous kid, maybe like 14 or 15, running by the camera.
Right.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and then we caught an EVP right after it. It sounded like someone saying "help" or "hell." We couldn't really tell, and then hear like a rhythmic ding 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 ding, ding like right after it.
Wow, that's
I'm
crazy.
looking at it.
Yeah.
What time was this at?
I think around 9:45, 10 o'clock.
I don't get native. You think it's native? I don't.
I can't get over watching that. That's crazy. He's just walking by. What? Regular speed he was running by.
Yeah, that's how I was waiting.
When you're slowing it down, it looks like he's just walking. Yeah.
And also, the direction that he was running wasn't out of the park; it was more into it.
Wow. Haunting Angel wants to know, where are you in NC?
Jacksonville, on the East
Not
Coast,
Florida.
around Camp Lejeune.
Camp Lejeune, don't drink the water.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's
Which we investigated on that base.
Crazy.
And
3 high-ranking demons on that base.
Do you think was it tall, or was it like, how low was your camera?
that looks kind of like it was tall. Yeah, how low was your?
Yeah, it was like on the ground. Was it on a tripod?
I'm 5'10", and that was my eye level, so maybe like 5'8".
I was gonna say, was it a pugawudge? What do they call it? Do you guys have pugawudgies out there?
No.
Puck wedgie is only. Oh, shout out to
Philip. That's not a puck wedgie though.
And if you guys haven't had a chance, he's doing a 31-day straight of him investigating the Hockamump Swamp. Check it out. I've been on a few of his. Check Phil out. Yeah. He's awesome. Support our previous guests, just like you show love to Isaac now.
Oh yeah, and then show some love to where the weird ones are.
Ooh,
you guys ready for our challenge? Yeah.
We're gonna have
to
work
for our challenge.
Okay.
Yeah.
Not yet. I had to refill.
Oh yeah. when you're all better.
When I'm all better. Can I see the ring again? Oh, Yvonne wants to see the ring again. Let me try to catch up on here.
Oh,
okay.
We lost him.
Hold on.
Oh.
No, you didn't. I'm pulling something up.
Ah.
There we go.
Where'd he
You want
go?
me to share screen? Oh no. Yvette, he's showing it now. If you can see it. Okay, we're near the.
That's really cool. That's pretty.
Sierra has said that, yeah, because they're based out of North Carolina also, and we were near there. They had visited Wilmington last Saturday. That's right. You were on a boat. Holes on boats. No,
Wilmington is an hour south of where we are.
south of it. Oh.
James,
Sierra,
write him again.
be an hour from us. You guys are all like almost close by. Y'all should like meet up. That'd be dope.
Who are you talking about?
You, Haunting Angels, somebody else here I just read, I think. Cross the Line Paranormal.
No, well, James is in.
I thought James was in
James is 2 states
Georgia,
away.
but somewhere else.
Georgia?
We were talking about that today at
Georgia.
the party. Oh no, it was Limestone. Okay, and Limestone. So it's Limestone, Haunting Angels, and you.
Wait, we're
You guys could probably all meet up, really.
You guys can collaborate.
Yeah. That'd be cool.
That'd be cool.
I remember what Isaac.
Yeah, because we've been trying to investigate within, I would say, an 8-hour drive from where we live, just like in a radius around where we are. We're more like half of it because the other side's the ocean. But
Alabama, okay.
Basically trying to reach out for enough spots and like see what we can hit investigation wise. And we're always in search of the darkest places you can imagine, the most evil infested that you are scared to go into because you get scratched, pushed, hit, you hear growling, and you get an immense amount of negative feeling. Hey, that's exactly where I want to go.
Sally House, or what is that?
Sally House.
Sally House or James' bathroom after Taco Bell. That's what he wrote in a comment earlier.
James, what is your go-to Taco Bell order? Write it in the chat, please.
Oh man, hey, I want to go. That the Sally House is the only place that
Garnet House too, right?
I want to go in there, man. But I'm kind of freaked out about that place. I don't know. I get the bad vibes. I know one in Concord that we can go to. Oh look, okay, here's something. I know one in Concord, but we can't go. Gotta do something. Gotta do some trespassing.
And that's where you do some gorilla.
It's just a little bit of trespassing. Don't worry about it.
Just don't use flashlights. It's all right. Just use your night vision.
Chalupas.
Chalup. Chicken. I like the chicken.
Beef.
The chicken quesadilla.
Oh,
quesadilla.
Chicken quesadilla.
I like the new one.
But have you tried the new one? The new one with that kind of like spicy.
I don't know what they call it now.
Fresca chicken.
Here's Joey.
Hey! Oh my God! Did you pull him out of some dark place?
Isaac
popped out of nowhere.
He needs you to suck some of them shits out of his head. He was being rude today.
What's up? No.
Hi.
How you doing?
Long time no see.
I know. Where have you been, sir?
He was in his comfort zone.
In my comfy pajamas.
No, I did clear.
Have you met Isaac before?
Oh no. Oh, so this is
Okay.
Isaac.
Oh, okay.
This is Joey. You have to watch one of the episodes.
Isaac, Joey.
No, did he?
Joey's
Did
the
you?
man.
I don't think so.
No,
I think towards the end, right? Of the video
I'm
he
not sure
jumped
if
on?
he was
Oh,
in
maybe
that.
in the end?
Yeah.
Oh,
I cleared
yes.
it.
You're right.
Bottom?
I don't know. No. I'm like, let me see. Let me go back.
Say what?
James, what?
What?
I'm trying to read the comments.
Oh, I'm trying to see if he would popped up. I think you met him because I think you were going into his mind too.
Was I?
You're a nursing home.
I'm trying to find your last episode.
I remember clearing out his mind forest because it was a
Oh,
Yes,
yeah,
you're right.
yeah.
You did do that.
The
Mhm.
Indian reservation. No, wait, is it? No. Not Indian?
Oh yes, no. Joey he came in at the end.
At
I
the
remember.
end.
that.
Oh, after the
Correct.
live.
remember
After the live,
Yeah.
I think. Yeah. Okay.
that cleared out all you guys' mind forests.
Yeah. Yeah. We seriously need you to do our kids. Maybe they'll be nicer.
Can you do them without them knowing?
Yeah,
Well, I
true.
mean,
All
Fine.
I can do is point the camera at them. Because I need to see what I'm looking at. Then I'll be fine.
There you go. See,
I'll just reverse the camera so they won't even know you're staring at them. You just do your magic or whatever you do. Fuck yeah, dude! I'm serious. Like I'm not even joking. Like I'm gonna hit you up.
It's like literally right now.
Like right, yeah. As soon as one comes home, I wish he was here because I'd be like this. I would fucking turn my whole computer.
It's younger. It's what I find out with kids, especially little
Well,
kids.
they're not kids or adults, but we call them kids.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, like the younger the kid, the less dense the forest is. Like my son, he's about 7, and he has like maybe 3-4 trees. When he was a little kid, he has like 1 tree, right?
Okay.
And as they get older and they go through more shit, they gain a reason to hide this place. Hence why more trees grow and you have more woods or forest by the time they're an adult.
Right. Yeah.
And I think this is Sierra. She said an abandoned nursing home like 2 hours from Charlotte in the woods. That sounds fucking fun, dude.
That
Take
sounds like
me.
a good
Yeah.
We don't
investigation.
got stuff
Wanna
like
go
that
there.
here, man.
We don't have shit like that here.
That stuff,
I wish.
that stuff like they have like bayous and all that stuff
Well,
in like North Carolina, like all that around
We're
those
not in
places.
Florida. We don't have bayous. We have marshes.
Yeah, we don't have crap.
I
Yeah,
don't even know what a
marshes and,
bayou.
like-
What is a bayou? What is that?
It's something that's near water more so than I am.
That's the area where our good friends Dead to TV2 reside at, the bayou. They live close to there.
It's like
It's
think of
like
Louisiana and those swamps,
Louisiana area. Yeah.
Those swamps, we have like a history of like being like being haunted, like spirits, voodoo.
Like the Japanese forest type stuff?
No, when
I don't think they have that.
No, I don't know. I'm from California. We don't got shit like that here.
You got mountains, so big ass mountains, and you got fucking aliens over there. So,
all right. To I think it's Black Smoke's question about running into demons and stuff like that.
It's like a swamp.
Oh, okay.
The thing is that we all run into them more than we think we do. And it's mostly because we always think of a demon as something that's giant, that's intimidating, that has immense amount of power. Yes, those are the big guys. Those are the big names. Those are the high rankers, the generals, the kings, the princes of hell, what the dukes, whatever you want to give them the rank of. But they are the ones that are in charge of others. But the lower ranker ones, like the private soldier, you're going to say the military wise, like a private, right? Just enter the military, like a first, like low level guy all the way at the bottom. Those you run to all the time. And they won't let you know who they are because they want to get practice at getting better. So they go up the ranks. So they mess with mankind, making you see someone else. Some of them are very good at camouflaging themselves as other people, other children, right? This is just so you don't perceive them as a demon because they're trying to manipulate and work their way up. And there's a lot more out there. Granted, not everyone's going to run to them all the time. And maybe it's just because of who I am, what I've done for the last 4 years. That's the reason why they're attracted and they want to go, hey, let's go after this guy. Let's take him down. So that's why they keep coming after me. This house got bombarded every single day until Megan learned to put a shield around the house, preventing it from getting in. Then after that, it was less of a chance. And they kind of, after taking down as much as I have, they kind of learned, okay, there's no point of trying to get this guy. He's always going to get us. It's a stop. So it stopped over time. For the last year, I haven't had that much of them trying to come to the house. Going out there and finding them, that's a real thing. Maybe 1 to 2 at a certain location. Especially if a portal there, oh my God, you most likely will have one because of the idea of the fact that it's an open doorway for anything to come through. But yeah, you run into it more than you think. And yeah, sometimes you see an angry person, a lot of angry human spirits out there, a lot of a-holes. You're counting those a dime a dozen. And a demon will pop out one of, like, say, 5 of those guys. People think it's a 1 in a million chance. Oh my God, you never run into them. No, each of these high-ranking demons, even a lower one, a duke, is in charge of hundreds of demons. Hundreds. Like 𝗵𝗱𝗶𝗸𝗀, he had 1,000 demons in his stead that he was in charge of. And that's just one. There's 77 or so, 71 demons that King Solomon imprisoned and cataloged. And they each had thousands of demons in their stead. And you're going to tell me it's 1 in a lifetime chance? No. They're everywhere. And people don't want to.
So you know how when people get like possessed or whatever, I've heard a few possession tapes where when they do start talking, like the demon starts talking to like the person, and they say like, I'm Legion, or they have a legion, or whatever. Like, is that what you're referring to? Like, you know what I'm talking about?
Legion, you know what I found out? Legion isn't one demon. Like
no. I mean, it's like him and like 100 or something.
What I mean, like, we always thought in demonology that Legion was a type of demon. Like say 𝗵𝗱𝗶𝗸𝗀 or 𝗵𝗶𝗶𝗀. Those were those kind of demons with those specific names. Like Legion was a demon that was made up of many at one location, and that was it. Just that specific, say 6 or 7 of them. No. I come to find out that Legion is a kind of demon. That majority of them, there's like lots of legions out there, then just one specific one. And there's always a seem like a group of them get accumulate to make one legion at certain places.
Right.
Yeah. But with possession cases, oppression, out of the 38 home cases I've done, 4 have not involved demons. They've all been oppression cases, not possession, oppression. I have yet to do a possession case.
Have you seen that movie
We should
Legion?
be done soon, so we'll watch her.
That movie called Legion.
The one with I forget his name.
He's the one that played like Passion of the Christ. I think that guy. He's like the same actor.
Is it?
I think so.
Hold on, let me look it up. I didn't know that.
But that movie Legion, I don't know. It's,
Well, yeah, that angel came down from heaven and like he was protecting that diner.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it was like possessing, like it possessed that old lady.
Yeah.
Is that? I mean, do you think that has any validity or anything that's accurate that you remember, or not, is all like bogus Hollywood stuff?
Most of it, I would say, but the possession thing part, no, it's Megan's. It's funny enough. Megan has, because she sees more than I can do, but she's seen like hag entities or like negative women entities look like that old lady, how she looks and stuff like that. Yeah.
Wait, what old lady?
The lady in the diner that he's with.
Your baby's gonna burn.
She's seen somebody look like that.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I'm looking it up. I remember this movie, but this movie came out in like 2010, so like.
Yeah.
I do kind of remember this. I think I remember that. I might watch that back again. There's a few old movies I kind of want to.
What is it again?
Huh?
Legion. I don't think I see that.
Yeah, because I remember like this, like when they had like the crazy, like you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. This shit is creepy. Oh, this lady. That lady?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the lady in the diner. She looks like a regular old lady, but then she's like trying to just blend in.
And she crawls on the walls and shit. Yeah.
Yeah, she's waiting for like a moment to try to get the girl.
I would believe that. I would believe that. I don't know.
Now, something interesting is how we depict what demons look like is not at all what they actually look like. But then again, not entirely wrong either. What I put in the ring because I have conversations with these entities after I put them in there to discuss why, or sorry, what's the word? The word I'm looking for? Intrigue, intimidate. What's the word? We do a prisoner. You interrogate.
In prison?
Interrogate.
Oh,
sorry.
What?
No, somebody in the chat asked if Mondo was okay, and then it said he's gassy.
So dumb.
Somebody wrote he's gassy.
I just want to pay attention to the chat. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I can't. It's just too much.
Vibing, everybody, just absorbing.
Absorbing his gas.
Yeah, absorbing the gas. I had 6 chalupas.
I can't.
He did not.
No, trust me. I wish I did. I'm starving. I'm not gonna lie.
Joy, he needs the power of Pepto.
Pepto, James. Pepto.
Go ahead.
I was saying when I interrogate them to get information of why they were oppressing a certain person or why they were at a certain place, those kind of questions. And a lot of them, yeah, they all have, granted, like black skin, but not like African American, but like almost like ink, like black painted ash, like dark black like skin, right? It's almost like a negativity of humanity. And what I've learned by looking at them is that the higher the rank, the more designs they have in their flesh, almost like branded or carved into their skin, like tattoos,
like gills.
Oh, like tattoos.
Oh,
no, like tattoos, like that to me is like some ancient shit. You know what I'm saying? Like I can,
and it's
like almost like they have like symbols on them. There's somewhere I've seen that.
Yeah,
you know
that's what I learned. Like the higher the rank, the more designs they have in their skin. Some have them in their face, some on their entire body. That's how they like I said. That's how we know I'm dealing with a big name is because of more designs in their skin. And some have horns that point up. Some have 4. Some have ones that go back. Some don't have any.
Are any of them pretty? Like, you know, nice looking?
No.
No, they're all ugly, monstery looking.
Yeah, because you're seeing for what they truly are.
Right.
Yeah. But the designs and how they sound too. It's never like people think like a death metal screamer. They don't sound like that. They don't scream or yell. It's almost if you can imagine the sound of metal grinding as someone is speaking.
Right? Like Freddy Krueger's nails, like when he's screeching the metal,
like grinding, not scratching, grinding. But yes, it's like that kind of sound. But almost like it's the background tone of someone's voice at the same time you're talking. And I noticed that with some other ones, they have like an elemental sound that's in the back of the voice. Some sound like creaking wood, right? It's just how they're talking. But it's never like, like it's not like that. It's more of a whisper or a dark tone to their voice.
Do they sound backwards?
No.
No. They talking regular like us?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Like I said, it's like more of like, how dare you release me? It's almost like that, or like a low tone, like they call me like order keeper. Yeah, that's what they call me is order keeper. But
wow,
a low tone of voice. But just like when you hear it, it will literally induce fear. Well, not for me because I'm dealing with these assholes, but yeah. But just hearing them talk and stuff like that is just like that when then getting information out of them. To answer that question, how do we find these cases? They come to us. I put the bat signal out, essentially. And I say, if you're dealing with something in your home, or you know someone's dealing with something at all, and you need me to take care of it, I can do this remotely, i.e. like through the phone, and clear your house out in about 30 minutes.
Yeah. Have you had any of those voices like recorded ever?
No. You're asking me to try to record another dimension.
Oh, okay. It's not like something you can hear, like
like an EVP though, like a EVP or.
I mean, you can try
capture it out in regular space, yeah. But when I enter the ring, it's like going into another place altogether. It doesn't exist here. It exists wherever the access point to this ring allows me to go. A world at its own, a dimension at its own, a universe at its own. I don't know how to classify it.
Sounds like my ex. Ask Joey. Sounds like me. What a man.
It kind of reminds me of like when we've done like spirit box sessions. Like I hear some weird ass tones come out that doesn't sound like something you would hear on a radio, and I can imagine like we do a lot of with Ron, say like in paranormal and that type of like ITC work. Like I've heard some weird shit like that before, so I kind of
through static comm as well.
Yeah, through static comm. You hear some weird shit, and so I can kind of see that. And Yvette says to reach out to her. We are in NC and would like to take you out.
Oh my god!
Well,
for lunch and a haunting.
Ooh, lunch.
For lunch and hauntings.
Oh yeah.
For some alligator.
We heard pulse machine noises on the spirit box. I'm telling you, I hear some weird crap. Like I've heard some stuff that sounds like alien related, like some weird, like it can tell it's some weird frequency, and I'm like, what the hell is that?
Our team member Earl Murray, James, and Black Smoke knows them. They got on EVP at the South Pittsburgh Hospital EVP, and they kept getting the machines.
Oh, like they were getting the beeping
noises from like the machines that check your pulse and things like that.
That's cool. Oh, another thing I wanted to touch on was Shadow Man, and we didn't get to I don't think we didn't get to dive on that. So, have you experienced him, or do you think you've maybe captured something like that?
Oh, before I get to that question, just to clarify, I am not a psychic or medium. I cannot see them or hear them in real space at all. The only time I can actually talk to them is in the ring. And the only place I can talk to your spirit guides is in your mind force. I have to reach in. Like I said, physical. Best way I can describe it is psychic and mediums, they pick up on a signal like Wi-Fi. I have to be a hardline. I have to plug in order for me to get a signal for what's going on. So, no, not a psychic, not a medium, or any of that essence. But shadow people, all the time, right? What I've figured out is sometimes that shadow is a disguise, because I can grab the entity when I throw it into the ring afterwards and burn away the shadow that was used as a disguise, and then I see the person underneath. Most of the time, it's people. It's mostly a human spirit, a dark human spirit. And what I've learned is that most shadow figures that I come across are people who have lost their humanity. Like they've lived on the other side of negativity for so long, they've lost who they were, the humane part, and they just become just a shadow of what they were. And if you're wondering if I ever come across the Hat Man, me?
Yeah,
no.
I was gonna ask you.
Yeah, me? No, but my sister has. Scratch that. Let me rephrase.
I have, and that shit's...
Julie, the other Shadow Walker, essentially, I call my sister because that's the relationship we have. It's like we've known each other for years. Like when we first met, it felt like, hey, I was talking to my sister. So that's what I call her. I call her my sister because it's almost like we're not related by blood, but we're almost related by spirits. If that makes any sense. And she came across one and threw it into the ring. And so when I got to talk to it in the ring, that was interesting. Because when I burned away the disguise of the hat, the shadow, and the cloak, or the jacket, his skin underneath wasn't a demon. His skin was almost like plated, like dry desert cracked ground, but it was black and it looked like it was made of obsidian, like shiny black stones. Like his skin was shiny and black and cracked all over of his face. No eyes, no face whatsoever, but that design all about his body.
That's
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you. Do you think the Hat Man is a person, or do you think that's just an entity itself?
I think it's an entity. I think what they are, the Hat Men, I think they're scouts. I think they go scout out psychics and mediums, or people with potential of psychic mediumship abilities or any kind of abilities whatsoever. And they go scout those people for, say, demons or dark entities or other people, who knows. But they never interact as much as they just observe. So that's why I always thought of them as scouts.
Well, the one only experience I ever had, and it was with, sorry, I moved my chair. It was definitely like a Hat Man, and I was warned about it before I even moved to the house where I experienced that. I didn't believe the lady. I was like, yeah, sure, I'm gonna totally. She was like, be careful because you're gonna see that guy, and I was like, all right. Well, I saw him, and I like pushed him off the bed because this thing was like came up right on me. It was like a bad, scary movie because I woke up to something touching my ankle.
Look off camera for me.
And I'm like, yo, something like touched me. Okay, whatever. Go back to sleep. And then I couldn't go back to sleep. Well, it takes me forever to go back to sleep. And I'm like looking by like the door, and it was like really dark. And like that door was not, that wall is not like flat like this. It has like a little like concave, I guess.
Yeah.
And I was like, damn, it's like black over there. It's like dark. Whatever. I'm trying to go back to sleep. I closed my eyes and I opened them up again, and like that dark was like coming closer. It's like there's a TV commercial that's just like that, and it reminded me of it because it's funny because it sounds crazy, but it fucking happened. And it came up closer to me to the point where it was like hovering like on top of me, and I freaked out, pushed his ass off the bed, and he woke him up. Of course, he was like, "What happened?" I'm like, "The shit's on top of me." And then I don't know, whatever. I don't know what the hell happened after that. I was traumatized. But
man, I was scared shitless.
Were you?
Yeah, I mean, imagine you being pushed off the bed in the middle of the night. Hell yeah, I was scared as shit.
Up. Oh my god!
But that wasn't even the first time.
No, but that was the only time I saw
that interacted with you, a friend of ours.
Yeah.
Similar thing happened when he was sleeping, and what he felt like he felt a pressure on his chest, so something was sitting on him. He woke up, and what he saw was like the hands, and it was covering his mouth, so he couldn't breathe, and he was struggling, and yeah, that was an ordeal. Um,
Yeah, but was it the hat man?
from what I remember them
was
telling
that?
the story, yeah.
Who was it?
Limestone said she's seen a hat man too. As a little
Yeah.
girl. I wonder if they
Oh,
look the same.
That would have been terrifying.
Yeah.
And,
I wonder
and in that house, there was not only the hat man, but there was actually like shadow figures that were completely different. I know they were not the same thing. They were another entity. And that was creepy because they were like intelligent, like super. They were always like watching it. The house is nuts. The house is fucking crazy. Burn that shit to the ground. I don't know. I always want to go there and I ask those people. I'm like, hey, so how's your house? Like, if it's ever for sale,
how's your house?
I'm gonna go in there and like be like, remember me, bitches? Maybe not. I don't want to bring them. I don't want them to tag along.
No.
But I really want to go in there just to see how that energy is. Yeah, but so I just think that's as far as shadow people and that entity, like I feel like it's on the same plane as us, just another like a filter, another dimension, I guess. And they will let you see them if they want. Like he was messing with me because he knows I saw that shit, you know. Same with the other ones I saw running around there. So I mean, I kind of think what you were saying, like they seek out people who probably would be aware of that.
The Hat Man does, but shadow people essentially get, I think, or people, human people who were alive, who lost their humanity, and now the only comfort they have is being in a place or messing with certain people. A demon would attach to a person to absorb their negative emotions. That's what I've come to learn. It's like a drug to our negative emotions are like a drug to demons. They want it. They need more of it. They can't get enough of it. They'll do whatever they can to get more out of you. When someone threatens that source, they get violent. Hence why oppression cases come when the demons are being forced out of the house. Things always tend to get worse for the person being oppressed, and that's what always pushes them into a state of, well, I don't want to come over and take care of this because it's just going to get worse and I'm going to get attacked. Yeah, that will happen. A lot of people wanted priests or investigators or whoever to come, basically not to come back again because it got worse after you did it. Not me. Like I said, 30 minutes, done, said, over with. You have nothing to worry about ever again. And I'll see you later. And that's the situation it has been for the last 38 cases. But with shadow people, with humans, when they attach to someone, that I found out from the, like I said, only 4 investigations I've done with actual people, sometimes it's because they lived there prior to people moving in, or a said object that was attached to them that they like and they love, and they don't like the fact that someone else is in possession of said object. One guy I took, he was oppressing a girl or messing with her because he said her fear made me feel alive. That's what he said. Her fear made me feel alive.
Yeah, that's what they leash on negativity.
Yeah. So when it comes to human spirits, I guess they're doing whatever they can to feel alive or avoid crossing over, avoid judgment, since why they stick around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
So you don't have anything of that in your house? She doesn't have that.
What?
I'm saying, like, she doesn't have any of that in her house. Yeah.
Well, not after all.
Yeah, like I'll see stuff in the corner of my eye, but I'm just like, maybe it's just nothing, you know. But he's seen stuff.
Have you seen it since Joy?
No,
No.
well, I mean, sometimes I feel like things pass through the hallway.
Yeah, that's about it. Yeah.
But the last time I seen like that figure that was up when I woke up out of my sleep and I saw it crawling on the wall, that was, yeah, I haven't seen it ever since then.
But I think you took it out the last time though.
I took a lot of things out.
Yeah.
The main thing.
Yeah.
Especially from your dolls.
My dolls are still active, so I guess they're good. Whatever's in there is good. They're still setting shit off.
Yeah.
That's Steve who asked that.
Yeah.
Vetting people, that's where Megan comes in. Megan can go remote view to anyone at any time, alive or dead. It doesn't matter. Once she sees a picture of said person that needs help, or their home, she goes there, can see around, look around, see if there's actually anything there. If something is there, she goes, okay, this person's legit, and she leaves.
Is she awake when she does that, or is she asleep?
She'd be standing right in front of you, looking. She's having a conversation.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be cool to see.
Like also, you see her stare off into space, and she's like on the other side of the world, and she comes back and goes, "Oh." As I said, Megan's remote viewing skills are beyond anyone I've ever heard about before. It's most people I've heard about remote viewing. They have to sit down, they have to meditate, they have to close their eyes, they have to focus, and it might take a person weeks to find a location. You show Megan a picture of someone or some place, she'll just look off and go there. I tell her about places, and she'll like go there and get flashes. And I tell her, she says, "Stop telling me about it. I'm gonna keep going there." She finds it extremely annoying. Like she can easily go to those places and stuff like that. So when it comes to vetting people, that's how she does it. She tells me, "Okay, this person does have something. It's here, here, and here. When you talk to them, check it out."
Wow.
So no one has come to us that hasn't had something. As for dealing with any mental illnesses or whatsoever, that's on the person. I can't help you out there. But what's interesting, one of the home cases I did, and I didn't plan on doing this, nor did I try. There was a woman who wanted me just to clear out her mind for us. No, okay, that's simple. And then I ended up closing a portal in her house that was above her garage and taking away 2 shadow things that were inside her house. She said she went to see her doc, and apparently whatever illness she was suffering from was gone. I was like, what? She's like, yeah, you took something out. I'm like, I didn't plan on that. I didn't know I could do that. And she consistently talks us up now. I helped her husband yesterday, actually. Granted, he's not much of a believer in any of this stuff, so it was kind of a short conversation. But basically took some stuff out of his head and spoke to his spirit guide, and that was about it. But sometimes I intentionally help people out in a way that I didn't think I could when it comes to clearing mind force and negative. It always makes me think, what does the negative energy that we house in our subconscious actually do to us? You know, what harm can it do? Granted, you guys have nothing to worry about because all of it's cleared out.
Yeah, when we're not negative.
Right.
Like, I know people that you can probably help.
Only on my bitchy days, I'm negative.
Shit. You might need to run through some people's minds like a few
I'm going to call Isaac when I'm bitchy, but like, yo, I need to take whatever's in my head out. I'm sure Joey would appreciate it.
I'd say the main source of your problem is gone, but whatever junk you pick up when you're going out your day, that's on you.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
That's true. People pick up stuff all the time, you know, like.
Yeah.
I picked up him, so I don't know.
Throw him under the bus.
Bounce it on Joey.
No.
From your job, from the street, from like, you know, other people's interactions and stuff, and we investigate. So
yeah.
Yeah, if you're not clearing out your home's basis, you're just picking up junk, especially those 2 investigators. If you say, and that's the thing too, you telling a spirit not to follow you home is laughable to them. Who are you to tell them not to follow you home? You're just a person. You have no power. Who are you to tell this thing not to come?
Maybe they're rules to the other side. I don't know. Maybe they're like rules that
that I've seen.
Yeah, I don't know.
Other from protection spells and protection symbols, those create barriers. But as of rules, no, they're dead. What do they have to obey?
Like the other side rules. I don't know. Like
not alive.
I don't know. I'm not dead. I don't know. You know what I mean?
The Matrix rules.
Right. Yeah. Like, I don't know. I mean.
But yeah, clear out your homes. We use positive stones, crystals, or whatever you feel that can remove negative energy, or incense, or whatever you feel like it. Because we pick up negative stuff all the time throughout our day from people. Granted, it's not a lot. And mostly like gum sticks on the bottom of your shoe and you bring it to the house. But it's just little bits over time can build up. And what's it? stick that you burn and you go around the house with it.
Sage.
Palo
Yeah.
Santo or sage?
Sage,
Yeah.
right? Sage, they always say it can clear out dark entities. No, that's a band-aid for a broken leg. It can clear out negative energy that you pick up from places, yeah. But the entity itself, no. All you can do is piss it off.
Yeah, I've heard that too. Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen cases where that happens.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't know. I just
What do you
wish,
think, Joy?
you know, I don't wish anybody would die, but I wish, you know, like somebody, I shouldn't say that. Only if somebody could come back after 2 weeks of being non-alive and then tell us like, oh, you know.
Guess I think 2 weeks of them might be 2 minutes to us, or vice versa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't know how time works on that other place.
Yeah.
That's why we get spirits from the 1800s and locations like that. And they go, "Am I dead?" Yeah.
Yes.
Or like, you know how people have like literally died and then doctors will bring them back? I
Yeah, but
wonder,
you
you know,
so
Yeah.
yeah. I wonder, like, they tell you stories and stuff. You know what I mean?
Well, and then for them, that's like
Yeah.
they've been gone for like, you know, hours. And
Yeah,
it's really probably
like,
like
they tell you and it's
3 minutes or
crazy.
something like that. That's kind of like when you dream. Same thing. You have
Yeah.
like the long ass. You ever had like a long ass dream and you feel like it's been like hours and it's like nothing.
But then
like
some
2
people have
minutes.
different experiences during that, which is crazy. It's like, which one, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just, I don't know.
I don't
I've heard of
know.
I find NDs so interesting.
another language.
Like, I love that.
Yeah.
People dying and then coming back speaking another language.
Flatliners, yeah. But the movie Flatliners, have you guys seen it? I think we've seen that, right? I think
I don't
so.
think I've seen that one.
Yeah, I think I remember that name. I think I've seen. I just don't remember too much of it. But
I'll put it
Yeah.
on my list
That's
because
old.
I'm doing a throwback because I feel like
I think no. I
they
think
used
they purposely die and then they bring him back.
Yeah,
I think that's I think that's
yeah.
that's it.
Flatliners
Why?
where they
For the high or experiment or
it was beginning. It was an experimental thing that they were doing for school, but then it became addicting because then they were able to see things and do things that other people didn't know, and then
like they came back with
then
abilities, right?
It became addicting, and because they would manipulate the system, so they would go do things, see shit, go back into their body, and then go back. And,
Yeah, it was from what I remember, it was a good movie. Yeah,
and do things.
you guys gotta check it out. Yeah,
Yeah, definitely.
yeah.
But that was an old movie with Kevin Bacon,
Bacon.
and then they remade it. They remade it.
Yeah.
I was like,
The
I don't remember.
original one was with Kevin Bacon, I think.
I watched the original.
No, I don't think we've seen that. Wasn't there another one?
No, and then Hollow Man was another one.
No.
With Kevin Bacon.
Yeah, that movie is that old?
Yeah, it's
I didn't
old.
realize it was that old. Wow.
Hollow Man. What's that about?
Another like
Yeah, I don't remember that.
making himself invisible, and then
Yeah.
he gets like this power addiction because now he could just do whatever he wants without anybody seeing it.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Okay.
John Cena.
Yeah, that's crazy.
You heard him? Like John Cena. Obsessed.
Yeah, see?
Obsessed, bro.
Hey, shout out to John Cena. He's retiring next year.
You see?
Is he really?
That guy's the man. Yeah.
Oh wow.
You thought I was playing. Oh, man. So, Isaac, is there anything else what is coming up for you that you want the folks to know?
Well, something interesting. A couple things, but I decided because I always wanted to put a Patreon on the podcast, but I never like charging people. Well, one, if anyone ever is wondering, I don't charge for my services of mind clearing at home. So I don't do any of that. I don't charge anyone, nor ever will. No. But I always felt wrong charging people, putting information behind a paywall when I give it away so freely on the podcast. So the information that I share about what I know, what I've been doing, yeah, I'll give away that for free. But I want to, help the podcast and earn some money. So, like, what's the way I can earn money but not charge someone for information? And I thought, well, I can entertain people. So what I have planned is to create a Patreon, especially after listening to certain podcasts that are all like dramatic readings with sound effects and special effects inside the episode when you're listening to it, right? Sound like voices, soundings, almost like you're listening to like an audiobook, but with like special effects going on at the same time. And some of those podcasts I listen to, like Archive 81, and I love a lot. That's the one I actually fell in love with because of how it sounded and stuff like that. But that gave me the idea for having a podcast of me having conversations with these high-ranking demons, and you get to hear what it sounds like. The demon sounds like, what it sounds like inside the ring, what I sound like inside the ring, because I don't sound like this when I'm inside the ring. It's an entirely different voice. And hear that conversation that I have with these things. Right?
That'd be really cool, actually. I think that'd be really cool.
With special sound effects and all stuff like that. So I decided, hey, let's do that Patreon like that, because I'm trying to get my foot in the door of the voice acting game. So like this will help, aid like a resume. This is what I've done. You want to hear this?
Yeah, that sounds really cool.
So that's what I plan to do with that. But another episode, we just released the one on Chris Bledsoe. Or we're going to release it Monday, I think. But something that I was thinking about, that when people talk about encounters with aliens, encounters with entities, encounters with anything, and they get popular and famous from it, everyone always sees them as a kook or crazy, especially us in the paranormal world, just describing what we do to people we know. Like, oh, you're an investigator? What do you think? You think that's real? Right? We do a prosecution all the time. Prosecution. Anyway, all the time when it comes to what we believe. But I have tried to mine the field of insanity and sound, of right of mind when I'm describing what I can do, so people believe to the most degree. But I'm coming to find that the life I have been living is so outlandish that if I was to write it in book form, no one would believe it. Just because everything I've experienced, everything. And I thought I was done, essentially, with the supernatural world, with meeting a plateau of just dealing with spirits, demons, and anything of that range. I never thought aliens would be something I encounter with nor associate with. In the next episode we do, I am going to tell the story of what my encounter with alien entities. What they said, what they wanted, what they looked like, and the kind of alliance that we made. That's one of the next episodes.
Nice. So you've seen one?
I've seen 7.
Oh shit! Damn, I don't see
different
nothing.
Kinds. Different kinds, or the same kind.
Tall grays.
Tall grays.
Yeah.
James, were you pro?
Yeah. No, it says where you.
And here's a stranger part. None of this took place here in our third dimensional space. It took place out there. Higher dimensional space.
Like, wow, what you're like, where?
Well, here this is I'm not giving away the whole episode when I talk about this.
Mm-hmm.
At the park that's near where we live, Northeast Creek Park. That's the place we investigated and caught a whole bunch of different evidence. But one of the things I pulled from the ground in the middle of the crossroads, mind you, also I tip for any investigators, when you come across a path that's 1, 2, 3 paths accumulating to one location, I called it a crossroads, and the energy is very high at those places. Just for a tip if you want to catch evidence. But I reached in down below the ground, my tendrils, the strings leave my fingers. They reach into the ground because I felt something dark in that spot. And I pulled negative energy out that was in the shape of like a cylinder that almost looked like a cryo chamber, almost. And I put it into the ring. I didn't have time to go back and look at what I just got because we found witches' brooms hanging in the trees at said location. So we moved on to dealing with that. But after the night was over, I went back into the ring and I found a cylinder. And I basically cut it open, and inside was a tall gray. I was like, what the hell? Like, I've taken demons and dark stuff from places before, but an alien? What the hell? And I basically grabbed him before he tried to get me, and I basically kind of like chained him to like this big concrete slab. And I asked him, you're not from this place. You're not from this world. And he said, we didn't actually speak. It was like he his mind, his voice was outside of his head. Like he telepathically spoke, like his brain was a speaker and he was speaking aloud almost. And he basically said, nothing in this place is from this world. I don't know if he was referring to all the entities I had in the ring, but, and then that was kind of the last conversation I had with him. I still got him. He's still in the ring. And he doesn't talk much.
So like negative? Do you find him negative or like the other entities or not really?
I wouldn't be able to grab him if he wasn't negative.
No, but I mean like an asshole, like pissed off and
he wasn't happy. He just had he's a pissed off look on his face.
Yeah.
So if you can imagine a tall gray, about maybe 7 feet tall, lanky arms, lanky body, very skinny, big head that kind of goes up rather than out, up. That top to black eyes, small mouth, and stuff like that. Megan made an AI picture that looks almost exactly how I described him. She's saving it for the episode cover.
Cool.
But yeah, I have his ass along with several others that we took over the time. I think 6 of them. Yeah, I'm sorry. Spoke to 9 grays. 9. Because there's others that came that were on the light side.
So do they look all the same? Are they different sizes, shapes, colors?
Height wise varies, maybe by a couple of inches or so, but they seem to all look exactly alike.
So do they look like what people are like drawing? Or like you see, like, you know, you Google alien is going to show you different.
Almost. The skin's different though. It's not so gray as we thought it would be. It's almost like a bluish gray.
So is it like shiny, like slimy, like placenta looking? Like that.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, yes, thank you, Jen.
R2 style. No, it's detailed. It's not, it doesn't look slimy or shiny. It almost looks, I don't say smooth either. Look, it has like a texture to it.
Like moist, but rubbery.
Not really rubbery, but like I guess our human skin, you can see texture and stuff. Like we have hair, but it's almost like they never needed light or they never had sun, never had sunlight or never needed to protect. Because our skin, the way it is, because for evolution, we needed hair to protect us from coldness and stuff like that. Our skin has melanin to protect us from the sun. Well, depending.
That's a good question. Fairies. Melo wants to know: do they look like the Mexican ones in the news recently? You know, are you talking about the one from
fucking things?
LA? Because I still haven't yet.
I haven't even seen that. Now I'm gonna Google it.
Like the
𝗬𝗶𝗘𝘀.
What is it?
And how about fairies?
Mexican.
How about, have you encountered like fairies and phase?
Yes.
Yeah.
No.
And not by fucking choice. Granted, aliens wasn't by choice either.
More alien bodies.
Like, what's up, A?
Oh, later.
Yeah, I lived here.
You're looking up grays.
Bodies.
I lived here for about maybe 12 years now. And it was the second year we moved here.
Can anybody see that?
Yeah.
This is a Mexican alien.
Oh, yes, I remember that. Okay.
Yeah.
Is that real?
No, it's not real.
No, that's like somebody like molded ET.
That looks like what we've seen at the convention over here, Midsummer Scream.
𝗵𝗵𝗱. Water.
But I came home from the gym one night, and it was about 11 o'clock at night. And I pull up, and I see standing next to a bush in the front of our house. What?
That's why he's haunted.
He said Ashley Peter's very forest, not knowing where I was.
You guys are fucking.
Okay, so in Casadega, Florida, there is a fairy forest. They're really big into fays and stuff like that. Like, not gonna lie, I heard some crazy ass shit through a spirit box session there, and it's probably the only time I've ever heard that. Maybe fae related. And Steve went and pissed all over their houses. So don't fucking go there. So continue.
No, essentially, I saw a little shadow figure standing about, I don't know, 8 to 9 inches tall, peek around one of the bushes, little pointy hats, little jacket thing, like a gnome. Like I saw a gnome. I peek around the corner. I was like, what the hell? And I thought to myself rationally, oh, Megan's grandmother might have put out a figurine or something and it's blowing in the wind. But no, this sucker leaned around, looked at me. And the second I looked at him, he kind of hunched back real quick. I was like, that's something that's real. So I turn on my phone flashlight and walk over there and look around the area. Nothing's there. Nothing.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I never thought I never thought aliens, but never thought a gnome or any of the fae I would actually see. I was like, holy crap! And that's all. She's like, what? Like I saw a fucking gnome.
You know, damn, Chastity. She lives in North Carolina too. Was that in North Carolina when that happened?
Yeah, here, literally.
And she's encountered actually a gnome entity also.
There's been a lot of sightings of gnomes on.
Yeah, a lot.
On the base, that's literally a mile away from where I live. So,
Monet, only potheads believe in unicorns.
Hey man,
what the fuck?
I got this fucking bad boy right here. Look at this unicorn, Monet. I believe in you. I know. Monet's her daughter.
I'm kidding. Monet's my daughter.
But the conversation we had with what we thought was an alien entity prior to my interaction with them was at the park. Because after I pulled that thing out, I thought it was like, well, how is an alien here? We went back to the park the following, almost like the next week, and with intent to communicate with whatever is possibly here. So we had Mike, who was previously on our previous team, because no paranormal team is complete without a Mike. We had Mike come out with us, and he was so good at the essence that I called him just how good he was communication wise. Anyway, so we go out there. He sits in the field, because that's how the park is kind of made. It's like a big open field with a trail on the left, right of it. It's covered in trees. And he sat in the middle of the field, and we basically see the stars and stuff like that. It was clear enough. And he starts doing the Estes method. He's getting spirits talking back and forth and all that. But then all of a sudden he hears a weird, when I say, I want to speak to the entities, the alien entities that were here previously. And all of a sudden he starts getting this weird static noise and very computerized, like going on at the same time. And then all of a sudden he's talking to something that sounds computerized, like an entity, but it has a voice.
Mm-hmm.
And I asked, were you the ones that were here last? And they replied, yes. And I said, where are you from? What planet are you from? And they said, not this planet, not this dimension. And I was like, do you know who I am? And they said, yes, 𝗟𝗓𝗏𝗃, which is one of my 6 names. Or that's my indigenous name. And I go, oh, shit. Okay, you know who I am. I said, why are you here? To watch, to observe. Right? And then I forgot what I asked, but they replied to the statement. I remember the statement, though. They said, oh, the source. Pray to the source. And it wasn't like they were telling me to pray to the source. It was like almost like a second you said the source's name, you have to say that afterwards. That's what it felt like anyway, at least from his inflection, from his words. And then I asked, are you on our side? And they said, we are on no one's side. We observe, we watch. And then that was the end of the conversation. It went static, and the spirit box went dead. Like nothing came afterwards after that. So it's static, and that was it.
And this is the aliens, right?
Yeah, well, at the park.
Okay.
This is not the encounter. This is another to do with the encounter that we'll make the episode about later. Oh, yeah. This is not it at all. It's not. The alien encounter I had, like I said, was on the 4th dimensional plane or higher, however you want to say it. That was a whole different conversation. This happened 2 years ago now. Wow. The encounter that I'm going to talk about in the episode coming up, that was like earlier this year. Anyway, so after that went off, me and Megan were standing, and then we see on the other side of the field, which is about the length of a football field, this light shoot up that we thought was a flare. How bright it was. Jump out of the tree line and hover above the tree line for maybe a couple seconds, then shoot into the sky faster than I've ever seen anything before. Yeah.
Wow.
That was that at the park. But what I'm about to talk about in the episode,
that's a super interesting.
That's actually speaking to them face to face, if you want to call it that.
Somebody said, what do they look like?
Oh, like I said, like tall grays. Their skin is, well, yeah, essentially.
There you go. This, God damn it.
No, Megan made an AI. We're going to probably episode.
Wasn't there a movie with that?
There's a whole bunch of.
A whole bunch of movies.
Yeah, a whole bunch of alien
It
movies.
was like a
I
father
love
and
alien
son,
shows.
and the son was seeing shit. He had to protect his family, and they made him put on like some
Talk about
hats.
Tinfoil hats?
Huh, I think so.
What is it?
You're talking about the one with
Okay.
the no, not the fourth kind. No, the funny one
Signs.
that they made fun of in like Scary Movie.
Signs, yeah,
Signs.
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 I never seen it.
Yeah, it was pretty
This dude watches movies all the time. I don't.
Oh,
Apparently,
that
I'm
one's
like
fucking classic,
behind
man.
on a bunch of shit.
I
Guess
love
I'm
that
very
movie.
busy.
Scary movie makes fun of that.
I love that movie, and then I love Scary. I'm a Scary Movie fan. Like the Scary
comedy
movie, like not the fucking other one. And then made fun of that movie, which is fucking great too, because that was funny as shit. I'm sorry. I love both of those movies. The Signs. Is it The Signs or Signs? Yeah. But it's that. Look that up. You gotta watch that, bro. That's a good ass movie.
Make me sweat.
Who was that? She got an alien back there.
No, his leg is touching my leg, and I'm over here sweating, and I'm like, stop touching my leg.
Oh my god.
And so he started singing, "Make me sweat, make it harder."
When does their episode come out so people know?
Well,
Definitely tune into that.
I think we're releasing the Bledsoe case. By the way, if you guys never looked in the Bledsoe case, especially North Carolinians, because that happened less than 2 hours away.
Eye on life, Brandon.
Actually happened outside of Fayetteville, Chris Bledsoe's case, and he's the most profound. Not the most profound alien encounter abduction story that he has, but the most intriguing and interesting because of what he encountered, what he knows now, and what the message he's trying to spread. But we did an episode on him. I think we're releasing it Monday, and then I'll probably record the alien episodes. Probably release the same week next week. So yeah, because I mentioned it at the end of the Chris Bledsoe case. So so I'll probably release that the next Friday. Something I remembered because people have all these questions about the afterlife. You have all the answers being as you cross. What?
You're gonna have all these answered being as you can cross to the other side. I don't think
Are you asking or are you stating?
He did. Oh, I think she's asking. Oh, yeah.
You can have all the answered being as you can cross the other side. People know the questions about the afterlife.
Like maybe because you can go to other places we can't. You should know.
Yeah. Let me say something without saying something, which is frustrating. I know. There's a circle of information, what I call the inner circle. 5 people, including me and Megan, are included in this inner circle of information. And I have it restricted for one specific reason, is because if I were to tell anyone, they would refuse to believe it. Not disbelieve it, refuse. And I have to be careful who I tell this information to for that specific reason. If I have to convince you of said information, you were never ready to hear it. That's why the 5 people that are in the inner circle never had to be convinced. And it answers a lot of things that I guess I theorized. Me, myself, I think I got 70% of the why we're here question figured out. A lot of it in mixtures with things I've learned, because I've studied ancient histories across Mesopotamia, across ancient Egypt, Asia, Hinduism, all throughout Christianity, Nordic paganism, all different forms of paganism, the Celtics. I have researched and searched through all legends of all faiths across the world, trying to find something that relates to me, somewhat, some legend out there of a person that is doing what I'm doing. Nothing, and it's frustrating to no end. And as I said, the only person in history that comes close is King Solomon.
Or maybe they do it, they just don't advertise it. You know what I mean?
Well, finding someone like me, that's the harder part. But finding a legend about what I can do, that's even harder. There are things that are somewhat kind of close, that kind of sound like it, but exactly on point, no. There's nothing.
Yes. Some people are like word of mouth rather than, putting it on.
The only clue I have to getting information is from the Cheyenne tribe. A high elder in the Cheyenne tribe. That is my only clue. Because the name 𝗟𝗏𝗪𝗃 was told to me by a spirit of a Cheyenne elder, who was apparently my grandfather in the 1700s when I was with the Cheyenne tribe. That was told to me when I was under anesthesia, and I meditated to whatever place he met me at. But that's how I got that name, 𝗟𝗂𝗏𝗘. That's what he told me. You are 𝗟𝗂𝗏𝗘, the Reaper of Souls. That's my title. That was my name.
Can I ask you, do you remember my name? I forgot my name. You told me my name and I forgot.
Your spirit guy's name?
Was it my spirit guide? Yeah, I don't know. You told me a name. I forgot.
Yeah, your true soul name? I don't know. I don't know if everyone even has one. I know I do for obvious
I think
reasons.
you told me my spirit guide was a cowboy or something. Ish. I wrote it down, but I don't know where the hell I wrote it.
You have to review the episode.
Oh yeah, probably. Or did you tell me off the episode? I'll watch it again. Let's see.
But
I don't know if it was off.
There'll come a time in the future where the inner circle information is shared. But like I said, about 70% of what I know, I've learned from, I'd say the most close to what answers to everything. Dolores Cannon has a lot of it right. And Gnosticism. Gnosticism, out of any information I've ever heard, was beyond what I've ever thought about, but also had led me to a lot more answers that I had questions to. And if you ever research Gnosticism, I suggest you do, because that will blow your mind. Especially the conspiracy theory within Gnosticism is that the
narcissism?
Not agnosticism.
Gnosticism. Oh, okay.
No.
Yeah. The conspiracy theory in Gnosticism is that the Christian God Yahweh is not a god, but a horrific demonic monster. So you can understand why Gnosticism and all information about it has been kind of destroyed over the years, and barely anything has survived. But the basis story has. So I suggest researching it, because it's an interesting read. I'll tell you that much. But yeah, I from Gnosticism and learning about different faiths around the world, and especially when it comes to ancient Mesopotamia, which is the oldest of us all, at least the oldest recorded information we have, and their stories, like the Epic of Gilgamesh and the stories of the original flood story that existed 8,000 years before Christianity was even born. Yeah. But a harder truth that I learned through all this study and everything that I'm doing now with my ability and the others I have met, my sister and my wife, is that, and especially with healers, spirit healers, people who clear out homes, psychics, mediums, all of us, people like that. The hard truth that I have come to realize, and this is going to be hard for everyone to even accept, is that if I'm necessary, right? My ability came to me. I didn't have it prior. I wasn't born with it. It awoke in me because it was needed, because I was necessary to do what I'm doing now. If I'm necessary in our time, in our world, and what we're doing, that means the gods can't help us here. None of them can. Yeah. Every miracle you ever heard about, every action and stuff like that, it happened, but it was not divine influence, because they can't affect this place. If they could affect this place, I would never have to be necessary. Psychics would never have to be necessary. Spirit healers would never have to be necessary. We would never have abilities if the gods could influence the world as much as they say they could.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Does your family have anything? Like, are they connected somehow, or no, just you?
And that's a pain in the butt. Yeah, I thought I might have had a grandmother who was something. No.
Yeah. No.
Psychic mediums don't live in my family line. Megan's, she lives a long line of psychics and mediums. But me, no, nothing. I thought maybe Aztec blood that I have running through my veins might have left something behind. Maybe that's a story that goes probably back 1,000 years. But no. As long as I asked my father, I said, like your parents, your grandparents, nope, nothing.
How does your family feel about like what you do? Are they like supportive, or?
I have been doing interviews for 3 years, and no one has asked that question. No.
Sorry.
No.
It's a good question.
You think about, you never really ask an investigator, like, what would your family think about your investigations or anything like that? You never really ask that. You think maybe your spouse or your friend, something like that, but never your family. I don't talk to majority of my family because we've all moved on different places, different ways, and I don't use Facebook anymore. So communication-wise, they could care less what I'm doing. I'm not saying the black sheep of the family, but I just don't associate it anymore. And being a Mexican, in Texas and having 10 aunts and uncles on my father's side and 6 on my mother's, I have a lot of cousins. So you think a lot of communication, but no.
Yeah.
My dad doesn't want anything to hear about it. I tried telling him one day, but he didn't want to hear anything about it. Then again, my father lives a very simplistic life, so anything like that. My mother, however, is a little more open to it. But then again, she's very, very Christian-based and doesn't like the idea of her son fighting, and not only fighting, taking out demons that she was told about that are so powerful that God himself has problems with. That only God and Jesus have the ability to do what I do so freely.
Right.
That's what she has a hard time believing.
She has a hard time accepting the fact that you feel like you can take them, and she feels maybe not.
Just the same, just
because
the fact that he can do it.
Yeah.
Because that questions her belief. And the last thing any Christian who has been devoted for years wants to accept the idea of their belief being questioned, have doubts. Because that doubt, then they question everything they've ever thought about, everything they've ever done. And that leads to a point of anger and fear. And that's the last thing they want to ever accept. So a lot of denial. Hence why I said that's going to be a hard thing for people to accept. If I'm necessary, the gods can't help us here. And that's going to be very hardening for a lot of people going, holy shit. Because if you ask me where my faith lies, I believe every god that's ever been worshipped or thought of exists. All of them. Every single one. Not just one Yahweh. There are hundreds of gods out there from different cultures across the world. Do they still exist today? Well, I don't know. I know a lot of them do. I know Odin does, for one, for the fact that I'm Odin's 𝗟𝗓𝗓. And I heard his voice as clearly as I'm speaking to you. Only once. That's the only time I ever heard him. Was when I made an offering to him. And I heard clearly as I'm speaking to you, out in the backyard, when I was the only one there, 𝗟𝗓𝗓. Which I looked up that word, 𝗟𝗓𝗓. It was a Nordic word that Vikingers would say to another as a compliment. Like you're a badass, or you're an ultimate warrior. You're a 𝗟𝗓𝗓, right? You're awesome. So for the All-Father to call me 𝗟𝗓𝗓, it's a high compliment. But that led me to understand things like, okay, all the gods exist, and if Odin exists and Yahweh, then they all have to exist. Or at some point they've existed. Maybe they don't exist today, but they have at some point.
One last question, and then we'll start wrapping up. Are you religious at all?
I just kind of stated it, but
I'm sorry. I'm focusing on my granddaughter. She's in the pool, and I'm listening to you. I got distracted. I can't multitask anymore. Sorry. Is that a yes or no?
Religious? No.
No.
People, me and Megan have always stated that we're not religious, we're spiritual. I know that annoys the shit out of people, and people make that statement, but it's true. I worship no god, none of them. I believe they exist, but I don't worship any of them. I don't make no offerings. I make alliances with, like, if you will work with me, I'll work with you. But as of worshiping and making offerings and anything like that, no, none. I wear a 𝗏𝗏𝗪, this little symbol right here. It's a Nordic symbol of protection that Odin bestowed upon his strongest warriors. It's 3 triangles and kind of connected, representing high, highest, and most high. It's Odin and his brothers, surrounded by Nordic symbols. And we find that Nordic runes work for us. When we put them places, when we Megan uses them in her like, you can call them spells of protection. They work. They protect us. So that's why we kind of like don't call ourselves Nordic. But if you had to like lie on one faith, and maybe that we kind of set camp in more than others, probably more than Nordic faith. Yeah.
But do you believe in a god?
I believe they all.
I believe that's 2 questions. Sorry, guys.
No. I said I believe they all exist. All the
Beauties that all exist.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And do you guys have any more questions, Jen, Armando?
No. Just tell the folks where they can find you. I know. So please catch his newest episode or podcast that is coming up about the aliens.
Yes.
I'm super interested in learning more about that. Also go to his Instagram. Did you have that post on both? Because you have the podcast channel and the investigation channel.
Yeah, definitely check out that video we were just talking about.
That video, the one we were talking about, the
crazy.
trail cam.
Yeah, Hidden Shadows Paranormal on Instagram, Hidden Shadows Podcast on Instagram. The best ways you can contact us. We do also have an X or Twitter, whatever you want to call it. Hidden the Shaw 6 on X, Hidden the Shadows Podcast 2 on TikTok, or links to all our ways you can listen to us, and always you can find us at Hidden the Shadows Podcast.com. Thank Dan.
Yeah.
Dan is the man.
Yeah. His link tree is also in the description box of this this episode. Spiritual while going to church, but I feel dirty listening to this. Sierra, you are dirty girl. Love the episode. Love the show, guys. Oh, okay.
Thank you guys.
Oh, thank you for being here, Isaac. Thank you for being with us. Also this evening.
Thank you, Isaac. We appreciate it. Your stories are very interesting. Very interesting. But I'm serious about reaching out to you about my kids. I'm not even joking.
Yeah, she
clear out their junk.
Yeah. They either need you to clear them out or they need some Jesus.
Oh, and I guess for anyone wanting me on their investigations, hey, I don't have to physically be there. If you want to live stream with me, like a phone call or live Instagram call with me, whatever, you can walk me around, set an investigation. I can clear out any dark things you don't be feeling at a location. I have done it before for other investigators, especially when they come across something that they can't handle or do not want to deal with. Just walk me around a location. I'll take care of it. And anyone wanting stuff, dealing with stuff in their homes, so want to clear it out. Simple 30-minute call with me. Take care of it. It's all gone. You're set. I can even ask Megan to put down some levels of protection as well, and to make sure that stuff doesn't get in as easily as before. So we offer those services, like I said, for free.
And donations are grateful.
Except it, I don't tell someone. If you want to give something, give it.
You don't have to. I'll do it for you. Donations are welcome.
Yeah. Thank you, guys. Limestone, thank you. Hunting Angels. Actually, matter of fact, next week, guys, we have a round table. We have like
last week's round table went so well. Why not do it again, guys? So we're gonna have the 𝗟𝗏𝗪𝗀 crew.
Yep.
You may have seen them in the chat. They were blowing it up today. So we'll be having
James,
Yvette, Sierra, and
Steve and Mela from Black Smoke.
Steve and Mela.
Thank you guys for being here. Thank you for tuning in.
Thank you, Isaac, for coming on again.
Isaac, stay real quick, okay?
All right.
It'll be short and sweet. And we want to say good night to everybody.
Yes, good night, everybody. Thank you again for always showing up. You guys were great, but I can't pay attention to the comments because
I know. It was like.
Before you guys go, please hit a thumbs up.
Yeah, please.
And then
Thank you, Dantex. Thank you.
Yeah.
Have a great week. Yes, absolutely.
Yes.
Dantex, thank you for helping.
Yes.
All right. Bye, y'all.
Bye.
Bye.